Hey everybody, I want to talk to you guys today about the confirmation that we have that Ukraine is not only struck inside of Russia, shelling inside of Russia, like I reported about maybe 2 days ago. I said they were within striking distance of the city of Belgorod, and they've gotten this new artillery from this laser guided artillery from the American military. And sure enough, we now have video confirmation that they are shelling not only the city of Belgorod, but it looks like civilians. Um, we're going to watch a video right here of them shelling some civilians. This certainly isn't a military target. The United States continues to push a narrative, uh, you know, Russian evil, da 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 da, this and that. And the Russians certainly are the aggressor in this situation. There's nowhere you can't argue who is to blame for the situation. But the idea that the Ukrainians are just blameless is wrong. The Ukrainians have been investigated several times.
Це. И мне вон в руку попало, вот она уже заживает, правда, но тут кости нет у меня. Надо еще делать операцию, кость надо вставлять.
During a week-long investigation on the ground in eastern Ukraine, Human Rights Watch has found widespread use of cluster munitions. Our evidence shows that the Ukrainian armed forces were responsible for at least some of these attacks. In the incidents documented by Human Rights Watch, cluster munitions killed at least 6 civilians and injured dozens.
We're going to go over a report from the UNHCR from a couple years ago that finds that there's been multiple human rights violations. They have problems with freedom of speech and all kinds of other things. So, and there has been plenty of people in the Luhansk and in the Donbass that aren't a fan of the Ukrainian military. So we have to give everybody their due, and they're not blameless. Over the last 45 days, there has been several reports of fires around the Russian-Ukrainian border. Let's see what we got here on April 1st. Breaking from Al Jazeera. Russia alleges Ukrainian helicopters struck Belgorod fuel depot. Okay, the Ukrainians denied that one, but whatever. Okay, right here, April 27th. Mysterious explosions throughout Russia. Belgorod ammunition depot on fire. Okay. Let's see, that's from Newsweek. Now we have the Moscow Times, local. Moscow Times, May 13th, 2022. Explainer. Explosions, fires, and fatal attacks afflict Russian regions near Ukraine. Right? Seems like we got a little pattern going here. What is that? That's from May 13th. And then here we go. When is this? What is this from? From May 1st. Fire at Russian military site in Belgorod near Ukraine injures 1. So the last thing that I've read is that they have actually admitted that one person was killed. There was a casualty, or there was a death. Russia reported its first civilian killed since the start of the war in Ukraine on Wednesday after a strike in a village near the two countries' shared border. The casualty escalates a series of explosions and fires that have afflicted Russia's border regions since Moscow invaded Ukraine on February 24th. So the 2014 Human Rights Report on Ukraine. If you Google, does Ukraine have good human rights? It says Ukraine is one of the most democratic states in Europe that is securing human rights as a national policy, as well as securing the rights of national minorities. That sounds like it was written by a PR person. So the Russians are finally admitting that maybe there's a problem, that they actually have a problem here. I have to be honest, this is starting to scare me. I feel as if Russia is losing control of the war. The pro-Russian media has their narrative, and their narrative is that, Russia's doing just fine. They've got everything under control. I don't think that is, and that's not coming from a partisan point of view. Um, I do I do hope the Ukrainians win. I would prefer it if the Ukrainians win. But that has nothing to do with the situation. Just from a technical point, it seems to me that the lines around the lines north of Kharkiv are collapsing. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I don't know. Maybe it's by design. But I'm gonna look. It's a lot harder to find dirt on the Ukrainians than it is on the Russians. That's all I'm gonna say. So give me some time. I try to do as much because the Russians are dirty. We all know the Russians are dirty, and if to be honest, we know the Ukrainians are dirty. But it's just so much harder to find information on them. So give me some time. In 2014, they burned a bunch of Russian protesters alive in the city of Odessa. So I'm just going to leave you with this. Leave you with some of the images from that. Bye.